Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel and all my subscribers out there. Really appreciate it, guys. Really do. And if you're not a subscriber, first time watching the channel, go ahead and hit that icon down at the bottom of the screen. I made it real easy for you. So all you got to do is hover your little mouse over it. Subscribe icon pops up and there you go. Easy as that. Easy peasy. So guys, I am on the 87 Buick. Not just any 87 Buick, but the 87 Grand National by Monogram. 3.8 liters of madness. Like I said previously, this is such a cool car. I would love to have one of these. You know, I was doing research online and it's amazing, like the wrecked ones they show online, and it's just thinking, man, that's just sad. Unbelievable. People need to learn how to drive better. My goodness. Anyways, I previously mentioned I was going to paint this in lacquer. Yeah, I'm switching to enamel. It's going to get enamel. I got some MCW left over from the Camaro build. The Camaro turned out so nice. I don't shoot a lot of lacquer paints, and I just really don't know how it's going to turn out, even clearing it, to get that deep walk-in black shine that I know I can get with the enamel. So I'm going to switch over to enamel on this one and go with that. We'll save that black lacquer for another time, another day perhaps. So I have the car all washed up. It's all nice and clean. Took it in the house, give it a bath. I like to wash them. You know, I've heard before that these newer kits you don't have to do that anymore. Because the mold oils, you know, the release chemical or film or whatever they have on it isn't as bad as it used to be, so you can paint over. But you know what, it doesn't hurt nothing to wash it. It takes a few minutes and then you know what you got, you know. So I got it washed. I shot it with the Tamiya primer, the white primer in the old Radley can, and did the dry. So it's all primered and ready to go. Like I say, I'm going to go with what I know, hit it with the MCW gloss black, and we will go from there. So that's what we're going to do. So in the video here, I'm going to show you how I mix my paint. I've had a lot of people ask me, you know, hey, what's your ratios? What do you mix this with? And so I just do a quick tutorial on just how I mix my paint, and it seems to be working pretty good for me. Nothing too in-depth, just enough to get you by, I guess, you know. And then we'll take you over to the paint booth and we'll spray this, and I'll let it cook for a couple hours, and we'll pull it out of the oven. Hopefully when it's all said and done and good to go, we'll go from there. So inside the car, we're going to paint this gray. Like I said, I was looking at prototype photos, and the car is a real light gray inside. So I have some of this Model Masters gray. I mean, I've had this for so long, I can't even see the name on it. I don't even know what color it is. I don't know if it's Victorian gray or light gull gray. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to mix this up, and I'm going to airbrush the interior to make it look pretty good. And then once that cures out, I might even put some of the hardener in this from the MCW, because hey, why not? We'll see if she can dry a little faster, cure it out. And then I'm going to shoot it with, I'll mask it off and then shoot the black edges on it. And then put the headrest decal on and go from there. So I'm going to do is we're going to spin this round, and let's get started on this. Okay guys, like I said, we got the body all primered up. Looks pretty good, looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice and smooth. I don't see no dirt or dust spots in it. That's a good start. And we got everybody else sitting there ready to go. Hey, remember to do the mirrors this time. I always forget that. So we're going to get some paint mixed up. So I have my hardener. I really love these Tamiya jars. These extra jars you can buy. They have such a nice top on them. I mean, they're really, really nice. And this hardener, if you get a little bit on the rim, if you don't wipe it off, you know, like you should, I'll tell you what, you're getting the pliers out and you're death gripping that thing to open that back up. So this works nice to put it in here, and it works really, really good. I highly recommend those if you guys don't ever use those. So let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Let's get us 2 mixing cups. This is how I do this. Just pretty simple, pretty simple. So for thinner, we're going to use Mr. Hobby's leveling thinner, number 400. So let's grab a couple pipettes, whatever you want to call them. Let's see, where's our paint at here? Let me see here. Hold on, I gotta find my paint. Ah, yes. So we're going to use MCW's Gloss Black 10003E Gloss Black Enamel. Okay, get this shook up a little bit. Even though it's got the ball in there, I still stir it just to make sure, because you just never know. Especially if it's metallic, I definitely want to do it that way. Okay, get my magic stir sticks here. And it's sealed shut, really nice. So I got my handy Robo Grip pliers. Do you guys remember these from Craftsman? They actually work really good for these little jars. I mean, they work really good. No problem. No problem. Oh yeah, we're almost a full jar here. Perfect. Like I say, I guess some more coming from Hobby Nut Models. Mark's a pretty good guy down there, so if you guys haven't never ordered anything from him, his prices are fantastic and his shipping's actually really good pricing. So I actually like buying my paints from him. Put that to the side. We're going to take this guy and we're going to mix up enough to give it about 2 to 3 decent coats. So it sucks about half up at a time. We'll give it 3. There we go, 3 heavy helpings. Let's wipe this off first. Okay, now we can cap rub. Very good, very good. Okay, so now we're gonna take our thinner. So we got, these cups are measured, they have increments on the side. I buy these from Amazon. You get like a pack of, I don't know, pack of 100 or something like that for like next to nothing. And I'm not real, it's not rocket science. I don't like get too like very specific. So if you look down at the cups, I'm just not quite to 7.5 cc's or 7 milliliters, whichever way you want to go. So when I put my thinner in, I go just below that number. Whatever number I end up at, I go just below it with the thinner. So there's 1, 2, not quite a full one. There's 3, like so. So I'm just below my number, just slightly below it. So now we just pour in, we mix it together, like so. Take my little stir stick that we used earlier, do a little stirring. The only thing I do not like about these cups is the bottom of these cups have these little, I don't know what, they're just a little, so the stick will catch on it and it'll actually fling paint like unbelievable. So I get it mixed up good. Now I'll tap the side of the cup, and as long as it covers the cup, see how it's covering that, I figure I'm good to go. If I do this and it's like almost clear looking, then it's too thin. I might even want to add just a little shade more because it's a little thin. We'll add just a little more black to it. Just a shade more. Now we can use the pipette to mix it well because I got paint inside this thing. And I usually just do this, that way I'll get the paint out of this. See, now that's sticking better. See, as I go to the side, when it washes down, it's still nice and thin, but it's just thick enough now to where it's going to be a little better coverage. Okay. Now the hardener. Grab another. Now this here, I'll go about to here on this pipette with hardener. So that's kind of the nice thing about this MCW. That's kind of the trick I found, is I go a lot of hardener in it. So you see where I'm at with the hardener? A whole bunch goes in there, a whole bit. And I throw this out because this will harden up in that pipette and ruin your next project. Okay, we're going to get that mixed up. And we're going to kick Mr. Paint Booth on here. And we'll get her sprayed. And that's how I mix my paint. Now I'm going to run about 18 psi in my airbrush. And for this I'm going to use the Gravity Feed 0.0. It has a 0.30 needle in it. So I touch the sides. It's got a nice, if you guys can see that or not. So as it runs down, it's pretty good. Just want to make sure it's, I need to buy one of those Badger mixers, that little, like, looks like something you'd mix a mixed drink with or something, but just miniature. Those work really nice. Especially you're doing a lot of metallic paints. Alright, we should be good to go. Okay, we'll get this over to the paint booth and I'll move you over there and let's get a shot. Okay, so we got our mask on. Got the little spoon quick. Alright guys, we got the interior sprayed. Like I said, I was using that Model Masters gray. So I did put hardener in this, so it's actually, I mean, it's dry. I just shot this not that long ago, maybe an hour ago. I mean, it's easily work with. I mean, I could work with this all day long. I don't know if I'd want to tape it yet and go from there, but it's good to go. So other than that, I got some of the chassis and all that good stuff painted in some flat black. And give me a second here and I'll pull the body out of the oven and we'll see what it looks like. Okay guys, this turned out pretty nice. Real happy with that. That's been in the oven for a couple hours, so it's pretty dry to the touch. I mean, I wouldn't work with it yet, but that turned out really good. I don't have hardly any dirt in this one this time either, so that turned out nice. Got one speck. I always get that one speck on the roof. What? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's all about. But nothing really to worry about. I'm not even going to worry about it. That one speck right there. So that's not too bad. I can live with that one. So now I'll paint the engine bay with a flat paint. So yeah, that looks really nice. Like I said, this is just fresh out of the airbrush. Nothing else done to it. Let's see other parts we got here. Everything's on the drying rack here. So we got our lower bumpers. Look pretty good. I wasn't worried about that bottom because that's where that tree is at. That's on the bottom of the bumper, so not worried about that. We got our mirrors. And we got our nose piece, which turned out pretty nice. That looks pretty good. And what else we got over here? We got our rear bumper. Turned out pretty good. The upper half of the bumper, I should say, because there's two pieces to it. And then the hood. The hood turned out really nice. A lot of parts just almost need a different thing here. So the hood is pretty nice. I like that. That turned out really good. Yeah. So far, so that's our Buick. Like I say, I'm gonna let it cook for a little longer, and we'll get on it. So, like I say, it's got a pretty good shine to it. So we'll get that interior put together and get going on that, and we'll get going on this build. So, okay guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out the channel, and hopefully we'll get some more work done on this tomorrow. So I do have a package coming in from Hobby Nut Models. I got some more paint ordered, and I got another package that's coming along with it. So kind of excited about that one. So we'll see. Hopefully it shows up tomorrow in the mail. Can't kind of wait to see that one, and I'll show you guys what I got when it shows up. So once again, appreciate you guys checking out the channel and tuning in. So we will see you the next time around. You guys have a good one.